slicing through its porcelain face. But instead of shattering, Maribel let out a blood-curdling scream, shattered face reforming into an even wider, more menacing grin. Shadows surged forward, swallowing the room whole. The smile that never fades. In the quiet town of Ashwood Hollow, nestled between dense woods and misty hills, there was a house that no one dared to enter, a place known only as Blackthorn Manor. Its windows were dark like hollow eyes, its roof sagged under years of neglect, and whispers swirled among the townsfolk about what horrors lay inside. But no rumor was more chilling than the tale of the doll who smiled. It all began decades ago when Eliza Blackthorn, the last heir of the family, fell ill.
Eliza, my dear, please.
Desperate to comfort her dying daughter, Mrs. Blackthorn commissioned a master craftsman to create a doll unlike any other, a companion so lifelike it would ease Eliza's loneliness. The result was exquisite but unsettling. Porcelain skin, glassy blue eyes that seemed almost alive, and a painted smile frozen in perpetual cheer. They named it Maribel. For weeks, Maribel sat by Eliza's bedside, silent witness to her slow decline. Then, one stormy night, Eliza passed away, clutching the doll tightly in her frail arms. Grief-stricken, Mrs. Blackthorn locked herself away, refusing to speak or leave the house. And that's when things took a darker turn. Locals claimed they heard strange laughter echoing from the manor at odd hours. Some swore they saw a figure standing at the attic window, a small child holding something close to their chest. Others dismissed these sightings as grief-induced madness. But then, Mrs. Blackthorn vanished without a trace, leaving behind only Maribel, sitting eerily still on the staircase, her painted grin wider than anyone remembered. Years passed, and the stories grew wilder. Children who wandered too close to the property spoke of hearing their names whispered through the trees. A few even claimed they saw Maribel peering out from the shadows, beckoning them closer. Over time, Blackthorn Manor became cursed ground, avoided by all, until she came along. Her name was Clara. A writer desperate for inspiration, she ignored the warnings and rented Blackthorn Manor for the summer. It's just an old house, she told herself, brushing off the locals' superstitions. She didn't believe in haunted dolls or cursed families until the first night. Clara unpacked her belongings in the dusty parlor, sunlight streaming weakly through cracked shutters. As she sorted through boxes, her hand brushed against something cold and hard, hidden beneath a pile of musty blankets. Pulling it free, she gasped. It was Maribel. The doll stared up at her, its glassy eyes gleaming unnaturally bright despite the dim light. Its painted smile seemed mocking. Clara hesitated before setting it down on a nearby table. Just a creepy antique, she muttered, though unease prickled her spine. That evening, as Clara worked late into the night, she felt watched. Every creak of the floorboards made her jump. Every flicker of candlelight sent shadows dancing across the walls. Finally, exhaustion overtook her, and she retired upstairs. But sleep brought no relief. She dreamed of footsteps padding softly down the hallway outside her bedroom.
Is anyone there?
A faint giggle echoed in the distance, growing louder with each passing second. Jerking awake, Clara sat bolt upright, heart pounding. Moonlight streamed through her window, illuminating the room. And there, perched at the foot of her bed, sat Maribel, The doll hadn't been upstairs when she went to bed, yet here it was, staring at her with those impossibly wide eyes, its head tilted slightly as if studying her. Clara screamed and scrambled backward, knocking over a lamp. By the time she regained her composure, Maribel was gone.
This can't be real.
Over the next few days, Clara tried to convince herself it had been a trick of the mind. But strange occurrences plagued her. Doors slammed shut on their own. Objects moved inexplicably from where she'd left them. And always, she found Maribel waiting for her in unexpected places. The kitchen counter, the bathtub, even propped up on her desk chair while she typed. One afternoon, unable to ignore the growing terror, Clara decided to get rid of the doll. She bundled Maribel into a sack and drove miles away to dump it in a river.
Finally, it's over.
Relief washed over her as she watched the sack sink beneath the water. For the first time in weeks, she slept soundly. But when she returned home the following morning, Maribel was back. This time, the doll wasn't smiling. Its painted lips curled into a grotesque sneer, and its once bright eyes now glowed red in the dim light. Clara stumbled backward, trembling. "What do you want?"
What do you want?
She whispered hoarsely. As if in response, the air around her grew icy. Whispers filled the room, overlapping voices speaking words she couldn't quite understand. Then, clear as day, a single phrase rang out. "You shouldn't have come." Panic seized Clara. She grabbed a knife from the kitchen and lunged at the doll, slicing through its porcelain face. But instead of shattering, Maribel let out a blood-curdling scream, a sound no doll should ever make. Its body convulsed violently, limbs twisting unnaturally as it rose into the air, hovering inches above the floor. Clara backed away, tripping over furniture in her desperation to escape. But the doll advanced relentlessly, its shattered face reforming into an even wider, more menacing grin. Shadows surged forward, swallowing the room whole. The last thing Clara saw before darkness claimed her was Maribel's glowing red eyes and that eternal, unchanging smile. When the authorities searched Blackthorn Manor days later, they found nothing but overturned furniture and claw marks gouged deep into the walls. Clara was never seen again, and yet rumors persist that if you venture too close to the manor on a moonless night, you might hear faint laughter, or catch a glimpse of a little girl holding a doll with a smile that never fades. Some say Maribel still waits patiently, luring unsuspecting souls into her web of vengeance. After all, she has centuries of grudges to settle, and eternity to repay them.
Little girl, where are you going?